FX's What We Do in the Shadows introduces a brand new housemate at the start of Season 6 by the name of Jerry the Vampire. What We Do in the Shadows returned for its sixth and final season on October 21, 2024, airing the first 3 episodes on FX before releasing them on Hulu the following day. Every key member of the What We Do in the Shadows cast returned for the celebrated series created by Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement, who also wrote, directed, and starred in the 2014 original film of the same name. The series finale will be released on FX on December 16, 2024, to conclude what critics have called a solid final season of What We Do in the Shadows. The first 3 episodes, titled The Return of Jerry, Headhunting, and Sleep Hypnosis, pick up after the events of the What We Do in the Shadows Season 5 finale as longtime familiar Guillermo, Harvey Guillen, has his dream of becoming a vampire finally realized. Spanning over 11 episodes, What We Do in the Shadows is poised to receive its 4th Emmy nomination for Outstanding Comedy Series with the release of its final season. What We Do in the Shadows Season 6 introduces the 5th vampire roommate, Jerry. Jerry is played by SNL alum Mike O'Brien. Mike O'Brien as Jerry baring his teeth as he rises from his coffin in What We Do in the Shadows Season 6. Former Saturday Night Live cast member Mike O'Brien joins the cast of What We Do in the Shadows Season 6 as their new roommate, Jerry the Vampire. O'Brien has appeared in Portlandia, Documentary Now, and I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson. He also created the Peacock original comedy series AP Bio starring Glenn Howerton. Based on Jerry's introduction in the first episode of What We Do in the Shadows Season 6, the 5th housemate has finally awoken from a decade-spanning super slumber and is set on world domination. It will be interesting to see how much Jerry will be involved throughout the final season of WW. According to Screen Rant's exclusive interview with Mark Proksch, who plays energy vampire Colin Robinson in the series, Jerry the Vampire was an old roommate of theirs who makes his grand return in Season 6. It's just more piling on Colin, says Proksch. Mike's such a sweet, nice guy, and brilliantly funny. It was fun getting to interact with him, where he's always put off by Colin Robinson always annoyed by me, and that was endlessly fun. Based on Proksch's comments and the first few episodes of the final What We Do in the Shadows season, it appears that O'Brien's Jerry will be a great addition to the cast. Why Jerry was in a super slumber for nearly 50 years. The vampire crew forgot to wake him up in 1996. As depicted in What We Do in the Shadows Episode 1, the vampire crew forgot to wake up Jerry the Vampire during his super slumber. They were initially supposed to wake him up on New Year's Eve in 1996 but completely forgot about him for decades. They open his coffin in a remote part of their mansion to finally awaken him, who has been asleep since 1976. Jerry wakes up and believes that it's actually New Year's Eve in 1996 and the vampiric crew all go along with it. They finally come clean and reveal that they let Jerry sleep for nearly 50 years instead of 20, requiring everyone to participate in an elaborate catch-up session. Jerry immediately has questions about the camera crew and the vampire's collective dark purpose as Colin Robinson tries to fill him in on 50 years' worth of music. Jerry fittingly doesn't remember Colin Robinson's name but instantly recognizes Nanda, Nadja, and Laszlo. Jerry's questions about the camera crew make Nadja and Nanda wonder why they have won in the first place, which leads them to discover that Guillermo has been living in the garden shed and has been working at Panera Bread. Guillermo doesn't even know who Jerry is at first. Jerry mistakes Guillermo for Laszlo's monster before Nanda explains that he's just a familiar. What to expect from Jerry in What We Do in the Shadows Season 6. Jerry drives a sharp wedge between the group's dynamic. Harvey Guillen in What We Do in the Shadows Season 2 FX. Nadja and Laszlo call Jerry the Vampire a real leader who comes with no frills. He questions Nanda's character, implying that he has gone soft and has been reduced from his relentless reputation since he's been gone. He also reminds Nadja and Laszlo of an old argument that left them not on speaking terms for 5 or 6 years. Jerry is also planning the Vampire World takeover and is disappointed with the lack of the crew's progress toward that end over the last 5 decades. It looks like he will just pop in and out of the narrative throughout this season, but he is the official 5th, or 6th counting Guillermo, roommate of the mansion, a role that the guide was trying to fill in Season 5. Jerry's return drives an early wedge in the house in What We Do in the Shadows Season 6.